Real
I
good.
don't know, our intro should have started by now, but sorry about that, folks. You didn't kick in for some reason. Technology plays its part. Welcome, everybody, to Supercoach Nutters for another week of NFL madness, craziness. Absolutely. Man, I don't know what could happen after last week. There were some crazy games there, some close games. There's no more undefeated teams in the NFL, which only after just 4 or 5 rounds, that's bloody amazing. Joining me on the podcast, I'll have my usual co-host tonight. We have Justin Jefferson, Big Ted, with his Louis Vuitton bracelet around his neck. How you going there, Ted?
Well, I'm much poorer for the investment, Braddo, but, mate, the bling looks good. It's a shame Justin Jefferson's out for the week, but I'm just putting it on to rep him up for his bye week, mate. I think he's a bye next week, definitely not this week. And I'm fine. I'm doing real well, mate. Week 6 is on us. Can't believe this season's like a third of the way cooked now, mate. You know, it has just gone so fast.
How was your score last week?
Oh, last week I think I went all right. I got a 507. I'm coming 16th out of 19th in the Podmasters, Braddo, which is not real fantastic repping up the Nutters, but I'm only about 20 points behind you. I'm only like 200 points off the leader. So I think we're going along all right, mate. I think we're just cruising along just fine, mate. We're going just fine.
I like the shape of my team. Like you, I got just 500 last week, I think. I think it's about the 4th week out of 5 I've got over 500, but I just don't seem to be able to string some of the I had one bad week there, but not stringing some of those wins in my cashies that I'd like to win. But I'm getting a few here and there, and, yeah, we'll see how we go. It's early days, but the serious stuff's about to start. We've got a lot of breaking news, so we might kick it in.
We have breaking news.
Now time for the injury report with your host, Big Ted.
This NFL injury report is brought to you by George Kittle's Hammy Helper, the only hammy helper you need to fix old tired legs.
Oh, well, that one worked for me, so that's at least that
got
one
something
worked.
working, mate.
Working.
Well, with the injury news, let's lead straight into it, Braddo. Start off with some QBs this week, everybody. If you've got Kyler Murray, be shitting bricks. He's out. Gone for the week. Jacoby Brissett to step in. I'm pretty underwhelmed. If you do own Kyler, he's gone. Next one out. It's still Lamar is not back, right? He's out. He's injured. This is the hammy. They're not sure whether they're going to have him back next week, but that would be the bye, so that's in his favour. He could be back by week 8. If not, it'll be Cooper Rush to continue the putrid form of that team. They've just been disgraceful. They don't have an O-line. They don't have a D-line. No one's chucking it. They can't catch. Henry's busted. They're rubbish. If you own Lamar still, he's a trade, guys. He's a trade. Just get him gone. Then moving along to more Purdy news. He's still out, guys. He's gone. Mac Jones starts again. So he didn't go too bad, the old Mac Daddy last week, but I'm not filled with encouragement there on the long-term prospect of owning him. Purdy's worth $265 million contract. So I don't think they're going to rush their investment back. If he's a bit banged up, I think they want to get good mileage out of him, and that system there always holds players back just a little bit. So anyway, yeah, that's a turf toe injury for him too. So if anyone's ever kicked their big toe before, they know it can take a week or 3 to come good. That's probably all of the QB news I have, Brad. That's unless you know of anyone else who's in or out, mate.
No, not really. Well, that's the big one, the Hampton.
Oh, well, that's in our running back section.
Oh, and they're right.
Right. Well, look, you've led straight into it with that nice segue, but I'm not going to start with Hampton. I'm going to go straight to Antonio Gibson of the Patriots, and I'll continue to talk about the King Henry news. As you put it to me earlier today, Brad, what would happen up at the Patriots if they traded for Henry? Well, it would certainly mean that Travion Henderson would be shit and it'd all be Henry. But as it stands now, it's probably Henderson's team, maybe, because Ramonde can't hold the ball. He was knocking it on, dropping it over the line last week. It could be Henderson time there, Brad. What do you think about the possible, probable Henry trade, though? Got any insights?
Well, they haven't been utilising the rush, the running game, overly well there at the Patriots. They have been defending very well. The defence is going quite well as a unit, but this we're really concerned. And Supercoach is all about the offence. And the rush has not been one that he's really had to go to too much. Man, I reckon that Henry there would add an extra string to the bow of the Pats, and I reckon they could definitely give the playoffs a big shake if they did get somebody of that caliber on there. If Henry is dissatisfied and wants to move on, or if they want to move him on, then yeah, I could see it happening. I honestly could. It wouldn't. I'd be excited. You know, I own Henry, and I'm not selling because I have other fish to fry and other shithouse problems. But yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. And in talking about their run to the playoffs, they've actually strung back-to-back wins together for the first time in about 3 seasons, Brad. So it's been pretty slim pickings up there since their former quarterback left and their old coaches left. Oh, isn't it funny hearing all of the news about the old coach there going to the collegiate system and no one likes him and he's looking for an out clause and he's not very happy coaching college kids. Fancy that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a fantastic move for Henry, though. It'd breathe some new life into him. Maybe he'll be worth about 10 million, maybe 9 million by the time that transfer goes through. But keep an eye out for it, guys, because it's a possibility. Anyway, as you said, Brad, Hampton's out. He's got himself on the IR, so he's out for at least 4 weeks. You've got Hassan Haskins. It could be his time. I know he's heavily purchased. I think he's a bit of a trap himself. I wouldn't go there, but that's probably because they've got a shit O-line, and he's just someone who I wouldn't buy. I'd have more faith in keeping Hampton on your bench for the next 4 weeks. If you can hold him, I'd keep him there, guys, because he's still got a shitload of money to make. I think he's going to end up being worth about 20 million. If you've got other fires, I'd certainly keep him on the bench, Brad. What about you? Do you own him?
Hampton?
Yeah.
No. I almost did last week, but then the Brock Bowers news sort of changed my trade emphasis last week, and I decided to keep Derrick Henry, who I was going to piss off. But given where Henry has fallen in price and that, I'm just forced to hold him and hope that he comes good. Yep. And yeah, as for Hampton, I didn't go there. I didn't gobble up the minus 43 break even that he had. So yeah, I escaped that, but plenty didn't, and plenty started the year with him as well from very early on.
Oh, he's very highly owned. Very highly owned.
But I always saw him that backfield there is just so it's so littered with options that he just scared me. Now, of course, he's become busted because of another reason, but they just have so many, but they've really got nobody rushing now, which is which they're looking to trade all over the place. I keep on hearing trade rumors about people going there. There was some third string trade done. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't hear that one, Brad. Well,
There has been a third string running back sort of been moved into the team, but I wouldn't be jumping there. It's not really that relevant to us.
but if they don't get their price rises for 3 weeks, we'll just have plenty of time to cover him, whoever he is.
100% right. 100%. Yeah.
Now, next player, which is probably still highly owned, Bucky Irving. He's still out, guys. He's still in a moon boot. It's Rashid White time all day, all night. It'll be White. If you've got White, it'll be all right. Absolutely. Now, okay, next one out. We all know it. Chuba. He was out last week, and Dowdle came in, right? And absolutely went freaking ballistic. 61 points or something crazy like this. It was all Dowdle time. The Dowdler was hot, but he could be a General Akbar trap, like out of the great movie. You all know the scene, It's a Trap, because I think Chuba isn't going to be out for real long. I think he's probably out only for 2 or 3 more weeks. So
I reckon he's back this week. The big rumours that he was he was full practice, wasn't he? I think he was limited practice. Limited still.
Right, but then they said they saw him in a moon boot after it. Well, that just might have been for compression to push it back in, like who knows with these new techniques which they've got, Brad. But it's a possible, probable. I think anyone which is brave enough to do it. And if it works well for you, great. I think he's a trap, though, and he's a trade waste, personally, Brad.
I think Dowdle's a trap. I wouldn't be going there. But if he gets traded to another club, I'd be all over him again. Another one, if he went to the Patriots or if he went to the Chargers, man, you just go, fuck it, I'm getting him. But where he is there at the moment, don't get him. No.
While it's a two-headed spear, you just can't go there, and shout out to the SC Jinx himself, loving the bling. I can recommend it, SC Jinx. I can recommend it. All of the good wide receivers like a bit of bling, so I've joined in. Now, next one, Joe Mixon from the Texans. He's still out, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, but this is one of those situations where they've actually been able to keep it really hushed, and no one knows what in the fuck's wrong with him, Beast. So there's no real positive news there. All we know is that there is no news.
It's America. So, he probably shot someone.
Probably. I got a head full of something or other and had a car accident. Now I'm like this. Last week, I cracked the biggest Woody for Woody. I said, Woody marks all day long. Bring him in. It's Woody time. Cracker Woody.
No.
Fucking talk about face fuck me, mate. Woody did absolutely nothing, mate. Absolutely nothing. He was a trap. Now, if there's any more running backs, they aren't they aren't heavily owned. So we'll move on from our running backs. Now, wide receivers. This is like injury news section, but it's more probably like who could be back rather than who's out news, which is more interesting than the injury news this week. So it's like this. Let's start with the great man himself. CD Lamb could be back, guys. He was limited at practice. Who knows? He's saying he's good to go, but he wanted to come back straight after the injury anyway. They might hold him out for a week, Beast, but CD could be back. What do you think? Are you tempted by a bit of CD, Brad?
I'm not tempted yet by some CD. I'd like to see some. I'd like to see what sort of impact it. I still don't think I think he's changed of direction. That sort of injury does limit your change of direction, etc., which is very crucial to a wide receiver. They've got to be able to turn on a dime, cut back on the inside, take the route, take the run. I just can't see it being a valid option yet. Right? I think by the end of the season you want to own him, but right now and they're winning without him. So fuck it. Why would you do it? Well, I don't even know why he'd risk it. His leg was bent at right angles.
Yeah.
Why would you risk that?
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And last week, because he was out, I thought all day long, Dak is just going to throw it to fucking Pickens, just like find Pickens, throw it to him all day long. Fuck, he avoided him like the plague last week. I was absolutely freaking gutted. Pickens, I thought, was going to go ballistic, and he struggled to a 25 last week. I think when CD's back, Pickens is definitely your ticket to someone else. Mike Evans could be back. The implications to this with Ibuka, right? I think that there might be some like timeshare taken off of him, but I think that Ibuka is still probably way too good and showing why he is the clear wide number one. I think when Mike comes back, he's going to be wide 2 or wide 3 at best. Fallen gun, but won't get the target share. Or Brad, do you see it differently?
Yeah. Now, Ibuka is up against San Fran this week, so
Yep.
do you still think he's a play on that matchup, or do you think?
Oh, absolutely, he's a play, and it's like this. He doesn't get huge volume share I think he only got 7 receptions last week, but he's turning them all into 35-yard receptions with a couple of TDs. And it's not a one-off thing, Brad. He's been doing it since week 1. Yeah. He's actually been doing it since about 50 weeks ago through his collegiate career. The guy's a freak. Just knows how to separate, how to find clear space and score. The only thing which I think limits him is that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin will be there. They are 2 pretty hungry guys, saying throw us the ball. But I think that Ibuka is still the clear number 1, Brad.
All right.
Yep. Now, moving on from that game, Terry McScorin could be back this week, guys. They said he could be back last week too. Let's see. But if Scary Terry's back, I don't know whether anyone owns him much, but he's a probable, could be possibly back in. On the players who are back in too, Jaden Daniels definitely back this week. So if you held him, guys, he's back. Now, moving on, Ricky Purcell, he's back this week, guys. So if you didn't sell him last week, he's back. And probably that covers most of the wides, Brad, the ones which are back, the ones which are injured. We didn't have many major injuries last week in that department. Can you think of anyone else?
No, not in the wide receivers. The only comment I'd have, just about every one of those you mentioned, I would not be trading in. I think they're relevant to put on your watch list, but the reoccurrence rate in NFL, particularly in wide receivers, is massively high. They don't try to rush them back early, and they do try to nurse them, and they put them on limited practice and all of this sort of thing, but the re-injury rate is still massive, mainly because most of them are leg injuries, and leg injuries are just horrid. The knees, the ankles, they're just recurrence. It's an unfortunate thing, and we've seen it time and time again. We've even seen it this year, the reoccurrence.
Yep. It's a trap. It's a trap to buy any of them, Brad. I'm just thinking for the guys which have held on to them because they had fires in other departments. So that's, I think, got us covered there. With the tight ends, there's a few guys in and out. There's a few guys struggling with form. There's a few guys banged up playing through it. And I think we've got some questions about some of them later. Kittle, he's still out, guys. If you've held him, he was like $15 million or something like this. If you've held him, just get rid of him. I think that he's still going to be out for a couple more multiple weeks yet. So 15 million on the bench. You can't hold someone for half a season doing nothing. I think he's time to go. Brenton Strange is out. So if you've got Strange, he's been going okay, but he's gone. So you'll be looking for someone else. And then we get to the Brock Bowers situation here. Last year, as we all know, Brock was hot. He was hotter than Peter Brock around the mount. He was doing it all last year. scoring tuddies, major reception guy, had a blinder. This year, to be polite, he's been stinking the fucking house up. Is he a hold? Oh, who knows? Possibly, probably. Could be a sell, could be a gateway to someone else. Oh, I think there's some questions about him, so we could discuss that a bit more. There might be some other tight ends in and out, but they will be lesser owned ones.
Is he playing?
Sorry, Brad?
Is Bowers playing?
It's a possible, probable. He was limited practice. They didn't have full inclusion, so it's a game day decision, what I'm hearing there, Brad.
Yeah.
This week, I'm eating a bit of shit sandwich. Last week, I bent over the walrus, said he's got little fucking legs, he can't fucking run, he's shit. He's been retired for 2 years. Can't throw the pill, avoid. Instead, he goes fucking bananas, gets himself a 30-odd. He's a major target for the Miami Dolphins, who are quite shit. But I'm bringing him in this week at $3.7 million with a really low break even. I'm forced to eat shit pie, do a back flip, and bring in the walrus. So I'm trading Bowers out myself, Brad. So that's what I think about it so far. And that just about covers all of our injury news for the week, Brad, unless you can think of anyone else, mate.
I can think about one.
Go on, hit it.
One, Spencer Schrader.
Well,
he's a kicker. If you don't know, folks don't know, Spencer Schrader is the kicker for the Colts. He can kick it. He can slam dunk it from about 60 out, and has been major influence in their great start to the season, because they get within range and they just boot it. If they start getting in front, they get within 60 and they just boot it. So he's out for the year.
And if you've got your Tyler Loop on the bench, I suppose you're covered. You can trade him out. If you've nuffed it and started with him because he was pretty cheap, if you've nuffed it there, maybe you're going to suck this week, and I would hate to use a trade on a kicker, but if you have to do it, you have to do it.
Well, I own Schrader, but I bought him at $3.7 million, and he's now worth 10.3. So,
well, that's your gateway to someone else, but it sucks
that
you had to burn it. It sucks.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, you know, Tyler Loop's got his bye next week, so
yep.
You don't have to trade this week. You can keep hold of Schrader, but next week when Loop goes and has his bye, you are going to be looking for another option there. So just be.
And in week 7, Brad, talking buys, week 7, that will fuck you hard if you haven't planned for it, especially if you're a Schrader owner and an Allen owner and a Cook owner and a King Henry owner. Week 7 is going to be the horror week. Looking into the buy rounds, Brad, I really think that it's not as bad as a NRL buy scenario can be. Week 7's probably the most risky of all of the weeks coming up. Weeks 8, 9, and 10, I think we might have 1 or 2 players out max, but week 7 looks like it's the one which we've really got to prepare for, guys. So definitely trade Schrader out if he's going to get in your way week 7. That's unless you've held onto your boosts, Brad.
Oh, look, if you haven't been watching the buys and coming buys, particularly 7 or 8 can bring you undone, because look, 8 is nasty for wide receivers, because you've got both Piku and Amon Ross both on a buy. Yep. You can only stash 2 on the bench, so if you've got anybody else on a buy that week, you're rooted.
You will.
So, yeah, and you'll be burning trades just to try and cover. So week 8 can be very deadly too. It just depends on your team makeup, and if you haven't been watching what's coming up in the buys. What this means, though, is that the teams that have already had the buy become very important and relevant. For instance, we'll go very quickly this week. Bijan, if you don't have Mr. Robinson, then you need to go out and buy him now because his buy is done. He's done and dusted. He becomes incredibly relevant. And so does, believe it or not, although Romeo, I call him Romeo, he's not really Romeo and Duze, he becomes incredibly relevant as a hold because, I originally bought him as a sell at some point to cash out. But actually, he's now going to become very relevant as a hold going forward because he will cover a lot of that buy action because he's already done and dusted on his buy. So there's two examples of players that you really want either to hold or to go out and buy this week because they're the buy. And it will be like next week, it's the Vikings. Vikings players all of a sudden become very, very relevant because they're on a buy this week. And with that buy,
this guy will be the buy of the week next week, mate.
Justin Jefferson becomes very relevant and he's cheap. So that's the time that you jump on.
16 million, very relevant. Bretto, the three players I can think of which are in that same camp now, Drake London, I think he becomes a very, very relevant player this week with a very high ceiling. The other two guys which I like will be Jaden Warren. He's had his bye now. He's their lead dog. I think it's Warren time all day long. I don't think it's his replacement, Brad. I do not think for 1 minute that it's going to be Kenny Gainwell. I think it's going to be all Jalen Warren all day long, every day. It's going to be, he will be lead dog. Aaron Rodgers will be just guiding him around, and it'll be him all day long. Warren, he's your sneaky one, guys. The other guy who I really like too, which would be a sneaky pickup too, played 79% of the snaps last week, and it will be DK Metcalf. He's also a huge, huge human being. If you haven't watched him yet, he's sort of like massive. He's 6'4", 6'5", 230 pounds, like 115 kilos, and fast. He's the one which is my dark horse for the week, and they're my three sneaky best for the week, Brad. And they've all had their buys ready to just run home for you. Lock them in, get them in there if you can. They're the three best buys of the week as far as I'm concerned.
SC Jinx, thanks for that, Ted. SC Jinx says, "Oh no, I did it again." In relation to
broken.
SC
Jinx breaks everything, Brad. If fucking Jinx is on it, it's as good as fucked. Full stop.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, next week he'll be one that I'll obviously have to trade out. So I was looking at no trades there, but I might. Looks like I'm definitely going to have to do something about my kicker position next week. Now over to our sells, and I'll bring up the most bought and sold in about 2 minutes. But one, and talking about teams that are on a buy, one that you should be selling this week, it'll make you a lot of money, is the Vikings defense. The Vikings defense was on a bit of a tear. A lot of people went and jumped on. Then they went and got belted, and their price is free falling. I think they've got a crazy BE of something like 70 odd this coming week. So that means you got to get off. If you're on them, jump off. Cash the dough in and go buy somebody like New England, who's still quite affordable and going very well. Houston is another one that's going quite well. It's a mid-price range. Jump up and get a proper defensive team that's going to be a bit more consistent and offer you more consistency than what the Vikings might. You made your money, get off. Yeah.
So, if you can go straight sideways, personally, I like Denver. Get on board the Denver defense. I don't think they've had their bye yet, so we might struggle there with the bye up and coming. But Denver seem to be one of the most highly owned. I think they're fancy. And the New England Patriots at $6 million, I don't think you can go too bad getting on board the Pats. Brado?
Pats have got more money to make, and they've proved. I mean, they started at bottom dollar this year. They did make a lot of defensive purchases in the offseason, and it was a big tip at the beginning of the year from not just myself, but a few other people saying, get on them now.
Yeah.
And personally, at what I bought them for, they'll be a hold for the year. Their defense has looked a lot better and is climbing. So, if you can't make, I mean, everybody wants the Denver Broncos, but if you can't make that big step up to afford them, then cash down and use some of that money to upgrade elsewhere.
The other one I'd go for, Braddo, too, if I wasn't going to go for Denver, if I could afford to do it with a bit of a trade burner, the Detroit Lions would be the other defensive unit, which I really like, Brad. I think that they're just doing something spectacular this year.
Oh, no, they are. They are. At the moment, the Lions are actually ranked number one.
They are.
Just gone past the Bills. So we'll see. I think the playoffs and the Super Bowl might come down to those two teams, but they certainly are going very, very well there. Yeah. All right.
Super Bowl, Brad, just quickly on the Super Bowl. I think if you're a 4-1 team so far, you can't get there. I think if you're a 3-2 team, you can get there. If you're a 2-3 team, probably not. So as now that everyone's had at least one L, it's going to make it interesting, mate. It's going to make it very interesting who gets there.
All right. So just very quickly, as we do every week, we'll have a look at the most traded out and then the most traded in players. Most traded out, Brock Bowers. Well, and we'll speak a little bit more about that in the questions coming up because a few people have asked. Mario Hampton, JJ McCarthy, people are still trading out. God, I'd be nearly holding. He's
still got a minus 50 break even or a minus 40 break even. He's only got to walk onto the field and he's going to make money.
And he'll be back next week. Big rumour. He'll be back next week. So
fingers crossed, Brodo. Fingers
Lamar
crossed.
Jackson makes sense. Cortland Loveland, which I sold a couple of weeks ago, but I can understand people doing that 100%. Derrick Henry, I guess people have got the shits with him. I understand it. Majik Nabers, you're a bit behind, but anyway, if you're getting rid of him. And Terry McBride, the tight end. Tyreek Hill. That all makes pretty much sense. There's nothing outrageous in that. What they're buying, though, number one with a bullet, a long way, nearly 4,000 people have bought him in, is Darren Waller from Miami. Number one with a big bullet.
Everyone's going to make their money, like he's 3.7. We've all got fires there. Most of us started with Bowers, McBride, Warren. Some of us started with George Kittle, like me. So certainly I can see why he's a real high trade-in option. I'm doing it this week because he's my gateway to Robinson, and I don't think if you don't have Bajon this week, you are going to miss the boat.
I'm doing it too, but for other reasons. But I might reverse it yet, so beware. I might reverse it. Jackson Dart, number 2. What do you think about that as a trading? Who the hell are you trading out? Were they just getting rid of JJ or something, or Lamar and going down? Or
they could be going Lamar down, boosting up, going hard elsewhere. Dart, as an actual on-field player, he's going okay for a kid that's just straight out of college and throwing the ball and it's your team. You've got the keys to the Ferrari. He's going all right. As a super coach option, I can see the big appeal. He's cheap as chips, going to make a lot of money in the next week. I don't think I'd do it, though, personally. I just wouldn't do it. Actually, I couldn't do it. As a super coach, I can recommend not fucking doing it. It's okay to have someone on the bench like a Ward or a JJ, but don't have that and someone else as a starter. It's too fucking risky, guys. Don't do it. Just reverse that trade. Whoever you are, you're listening to another podcast, not ours.
It is sounds a bit luxury to me. The next one, number 3, is Jono Taylor. 24 million, mate. Just imagine that. Wow. Both of us got on a few weeks ago. If you didn't, God, you missed a bit of the boat, didn't you?
You've missed the coin. Shout out to the SE Sponge for highly recommending getting on board JT. Well done there, Benny.
JSN, my mate, he is going to break out soon. We're just waiting for it. But the scores have been consistent in the meantime. We're just waiting for that big one. Christian McCaffrey, number 5. What do you think about that one?
As a trade out.
No, in.
In. Yeah. No, yeah. I was going to say as a trade in. Probably missed the boat there a little bit. Should have started the season with him. It was like this, right? If you started the season with him, he was either going to be a league winner or a flop. Bringing him in now, I can see why you're doing it, but that would be for people which have probably got guys like Bajon, guys like the heavily owned guys like Genty. They've got all of the other starting running backs which they need. Maybe that's the only piece of the jigsaw puzzle which they haven't got. But I certainly maybe wouldn't be buying him this week. I think he's you had to have him first, mate.
Bill Crosby is number 6. If you've got room for a cheapie, he's not a bad one. I can't knock you. Patrick Mahomes, number 7. I can't knock that one either. That was one of your big tips last week, Ted.
Paddy Mahomes, mate. Paddy does it. He will mumble and confuse and continue to be number 2 quarterback in the NFL.
Jake Ferguson is very highly traded. I'm not 100% sold on this. I didn't trade him in last week. I went Hunter Henry instead. Maybe I should have gone Jake Ferguson. Mind you, the first 2 weeks of this year's competition, the Cowboys were shit. And the other thing is, in the back of my mind, is that CD coming back means that Ferguson surely will miss a few, he'll get a bit less.
He won't be as relevant.
Yeah.
And he has gone gangbusters. For anyone which has got on that train, you would be loving it. Getting on it now. I think probably Waller's your cheaper option if you haven't gone there. If you've gone the other way and got on board, mate, it's happy days.
But as I said, Jake Ferguson, he's still making lovely money. So, but he just, I went Hunter Henry,
mate, he's been killing it.
Well, Henry has a lovely matchup this week, so
I'll be happy there.
I'll write it out. I'll see who ends up the better one. I'm not sure yet which one. So that's about our trade in and out. So I guess it's time for the bag, mate.
Bag of dicks. Now, my bag of the dicks.
Wait a minute. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
It's time for Bag of Dicks.
There you go. There's your bag, mate. Well, we've only really got the one this week. You want me to throw the vision up now, or?
Yeah, go on, throw it up now, and then we can.
Okay, we'll throw some vision up of our bag. So just bear with me.
This week it's a double ender. We're lubing it up, bending it around, and we got 2 dicks to give this week.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There it is.
Look at this guy striding in. What a fucking athlete, mate. Look at this guy run. Look at me.
Oh. So oops. we for those on not watching the vision that we've got, we are referring to that, Ted?
We are referring to Amari DiMarricardio, the Cardinals running back. Look at this guy. Just gets the pill, pins him back, looks like a dead set fucking athlete, gets to the line and goes, oh, fucking, can't hang on to the fucking thing. Hot potato, 1 inch before the line, 1 bee's dick before the line, and he drops the fucking ball. But he's one of me first bags. You've got to give it to him because like this, hold on to the fucking ball, young fella, right? But you've got to remember this. He is a rookie. He's a young kid. fucking like possum in their headlights, fucking oops, the worst possible scenario, right? But then play the part too, Brado. That's our first dick of the week.
Oh, I don't have vision of the second part. You're gonna have to describe it for me.
Well, okay. Well, let me describe it, Brad. After this has happened, poor Amari, he's fucking gut-wrenched. He's gutted. He knows he's done bad, right? Probable game-losing moment, which it went on to be. So the full devastation's hit him. He's on the sideline. He's in tears. He can't hold him back. He's crying a fucking river. You've got this big linebacker, this big like Bubba unit over there going, "It's all right, son," just like consoling him, going, "It's okay. We all fuck up, but you've really cost us. But that's okay, little buddy. We're a team." Anyway, this is where the second dick comes out. You've got their coach, Jonathan Gannon. Very upset, very punchy guy. Walks past, sees his player crying, doesn't go, "That's all right, young fella." He fucking punches him. He goes crack, gives him a fucking flog, right? Just goes whoosher and then walks off like, "I'm fucking angry." So there's my second fucking dick for the week. It's to the coach because I'm like this, right? I've seen some pretty bad coaching. I've seen like Ricky blow up. I've seen all of our spitters, our carry-oners. But like, why couldn't he just be like Wayne? Just like old Wayne, look over Freddy Krueger, give the fucking nod. And you know that you've done wrong. But no, Jonathan Gannon punches him like not just a punch, it was a lash. So it's been noted by the NFL, and they've punished him $100,000 as his fine. What about that for a fine, Brado? But like, I think our bag of dicks is a bigger fine than the $100,000 because you know that we reach to the worldwide audience, and now everyone knows that this guy is just a shit human that attacks young rookie men that make an honest fuck up. Right? What a guy! That's our coach.
Mate, imagine, look, you put this in comparison, like there's 350 million people in America. We've got 27 million here in Australia, and there's only like about, I don't even think New Zealand's in a million yet, have you? You forgot.
No. We've only got about 25,000 over here, mate. We've only just got electricity. She's fucking pretty backwards.
No, like we give out, poor old Ricky or Des Hasler rips the door off a dressing room by getting angry. Right, we fine him $40,000. In a business that's like 100 times bigger, gets $100,000 slapped at him. Like it's pretty small penalty.
Pretty small fine for him. Yeah.
Fine for him. It's a lot.
Personally, right, I can see where he's coming from. I'd be as frustrated as fuck too. I'd be thinking, mate, you've just cost us a fucking game there. It could cost me my career, but I just think you don't punch your players. You just don't, It's just something I personally wouldn't do. I suppose I can only judge him on my own moral conducts and that, but I think he maybe need to go to a little fucking anger management or two over there, mate. Maybe they could help him out there and maybe their team could prosper.
All right, now to finish off today, let's rip through some questions. It said I've got a livey that's come in from the old Berkser, Aaron Parsons. When is CD back? I've held on Big Ted's advice. Whoa, somebody's listening to you.
Someone's listening too. I hope, Bergs, that you did bring in the young fella from the Seattle Seahawks as your wide receiver too. I gave you some cheap advice on him when I said hold CD. I think you can get in Torrey Horton nice and cheap. I see he had a pretty good week. So if you've got CD on the bench, maybe still keep starting Horton this week, Bergs. But CD will be back before you know it. And you really, really only need CD from about week 10 till week 16 when they have to put 4 or 5 wins in a row together. And I can see that coming along just nicely. Nice balls of steel for holding him too. Bergs, I couldn't do it myself, but good on you, mate.
No, you read the benefits there because, like I said earlier, he is a player that you're going to want.
You're going to want
most coaches should aspire. That'll be one you want to finish with. if the cows are going okay. SC Jinx, g'day SC Jinx. I only have 2 players out around 6 and 7. Round 8, I will be short. Do I pull my team apart for points for 1 round? Yes, you do. You got bugger all rounds. That's my point. My feeling very quickly on that. I don't think you have to pull your team apart, but certainly make sure you got your chess pieces in the right area. Round 6 and 7, if you're only going to got minimal disruption to your team, you might have to use one of the trades now and look forward to who is going, like we were just talking about there before, the Bijons or the Rome Dunze. Try and look forward and see if you can get Justin Jefferson in next week, who's going to be covering you in that wide receiver, because I'm sure that's the area that looks wide receiver looks very tricky in that round 8. So I'm sure that's probably the area you're referring to. I'd certainly plan ahead and just make sure that you've got, as we said, your Justin Jeffersons and Romeos, and just try to get a player late in the buys. Just try to plan it a little bit.
Get someone who's had their buy. That's my tip. Now, also, on the trade talk, Brad, like if you've burned all of your trades maximum like I have, because I suffer rage, I can't find any antidote for it yet. You'll be down to 12 trades after this week. Round 7's coming with 2 more trades. We'll be down to 10 trades. And then we got buys in week 8 and 9. Could possibly be down to 6 trades for the run home after the buys sort of run out. But if you're using them wisely, I still think you can burn them up until a certain point and then hold just for injury. But most people which are in the pointy end of this conversation, we're already developing depth now, Brado. So it's just the injuries which we want to avoid. So specifically target high-end players, ones which have had their buys, coming off their buys next week, get them in, ready for the run home, because we won't have much time to run these fucking leaders down, Brad. So that's like saying like, do I hold my trades for later? Well, fucking when, mate? When the Titanic's going fucking down, mate, you want to plug the holes. Don't go, oh, we'll just save them and then get off right at the end when we're fucked, right? Just burn them. Try and get to the top. I've been averaging about 500 points each week too for the last 4 weeks, Brad, and I've been pegging you back by 6 points each week. Those leaders which are out by 200 and 300 now, we've got to be pegging them back by 60 points every week, and you won't be doing that if you're not fucking trading. It's as simple as that. So it's a double-edged sword, but if you're not trading, you're fucking dying.
If you've got problems, fix them. If you're just coasting along, you're getting wins in your cash leagues that you want. It's really team dependent upon where you're up to. I mean, I've got 16. I'll have 16 trades after this week, so I'm not going. I'm a lot more conservative than Ted, but probably not that much more. I'm only 3 trades really better off.
3 trades better off, and you're 24 points here in front.
Yeah.
Now, just a little quick talk on like leagues, cashies, and that, because we're in a lot of cashies, Brad. Right now, it's like those teams now, like say for instance, Lloyd, 5 and none. He's been fucking killing it, right? They're gonna get to the semis real comfortable, but every time I look back at any one of our cash leagues which we've been in, the guy which has finished as minor premier, he's never gone on to win it. It's always guys which have fucking finished with 8 and 7, or you know what I mean? It's guys that have just limped in. They're the ones going to come home with a wet sail. And it's always been like that too, as far as I know. So just burn your trades, limp into the semis, cross your fucking fingers. And just quietly, Brad, we're up in the Legends 2 head-to-head. This is our first head-to-head of the year, mate.
Yeah,
so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it.
Oh, I better not give away too much more. All right, now we've got another question here going, but when I put this question up, I might just have to play something for a minute here, so just bear with me. We've got a question here from Kenny G, so here we go.
For a play to the lovely sounds of Kenny G. We all love Kenny G. That was for you, Benny.
Yeah, Benny G, Kenny G, all right.
Now, look, is Brock Bowers to Waller the play? Abso-fucking-lutely it's the play, mate. I think it's the smart play. Bowers has been playing through injury. He'll probably make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about and have a blinder this week. But Waller's just going gangbusters. He's like Tua's one of his only few targets, Benny. And I think you know that it's the play. And it's a part 2 question there. Which are the best RBs for the run home? So, Beast, I'll let you lead into that.
Well, really, the first RB I think you've really got to consider, we've spoken about him a lot, is Bijan, Mr. Bijan, the Frenchman from down south, Bijan Robinson. Number 2 at the moment, who I already know Benny has, of course, is John O'Taylor. 24 million, though, it's going to cost you a fair bit of money. I don't mind Christian McCaffrey. I don't mind Derrick Henry. Is there anything wrong with going those? No, there is not. It's going to be dependent upon injuries, right? So we just have to see how Christian's legs are holding up, if he can make it all the way, because you just never know. You just never know with him. But at the moment, he does seem to be going pretty good that way. Oh, wait a minute. Players. Now, let me just have a quick look at who our top running backs are so far this year. Just bear with me. Fascinating, I know. So our top 4, basically almost the ones we've said. Look, Javonte Williams is number 3 on the list. And James Cook, obviously. James Cook is one that if the Bills are still struggling along as they have been so far this year, then James Cook is one you would want. Jamar Gibbs, it's been very inconsistent. Some weeks they give him the ball. Some weeks he just keeps running around, running block plays all the time. So, but yeah, as the must-haves, I guess we've outlined 6 must-haves really. Saquon, disappointing. Who knows? Is he a must-have? Well, there's a whole bunch more players that are ahead of him. And there is a rumor around that Saquon was only limited in practice this week. I'm sorry, Saquon owners, but I would be very careful. Oh, excuse me, folks. Got a cough. What do you reckon there, Chad, about Saquon?
Well, I've got him at number 6 on my ratings, and I think that he is hot, hot, hot. If I refer back to Big Ted's rankings for week 6 this week, I've got Jonathan Taylor, number 1. You have to have him. I do have CMC, number 2, and CMC is like this. He is the full noise or he's fully fucking busted, right? He doesn't know how to be half noise. He's all on or he's all off. Get him in, number 2. Bijan, number 3 for me. Then I go, my number 4 is Josh Jacobs. He's another one like Jalen Warren. Had his boy, Josh Jingle Bells Jacobs, he's like Santa Claus. He's just like the Christmas present that keeps giving. He only knows how to go full ball, and he's had his buy. He's a sneaky good buy to get this week if you don't have other fires. I've then gone Ashton Genty, number 5. He'll happily hold my 5th bench spot. I've got Barkley, number 6. I've got both of the Williams, Javonte and mate Kyron Williams, and I have just loved watching Javonte Williams run, mate. He has been just so good to watch this year. He's been fantastic. I've got James Cook coming in at number 10 and Jamar Gibbs at number 9. I have demoted, and it guts me to fucking say this, Derek Henry, number 21. That's where I've got him ranked. After I go out on a limb at the start of the year and go, King fucking Henry, get him in. I look like a fucking egg. And, mate, he's shit. He's down to number 21. Still worth a hold if you've got other fires, but they're my top 10. So if you go back, rewind this, listen to those 10, get 6 of them in your team, and you're going to go very well.
All right, Nick, moving along. Thanks for that, Kenny G. Paul Burkhardt, good morning. Good morning. Okay.
G'day, Paul.
If I have an extra running back on my bench and no available players, can that be used as an AE if my flex is also a running back? So what he's saying, what I think he's saying is he's run out of available running backs, and he also has an unavailable running back in his flex. Will the AE be drawn from the bench and go into the flex position?
I don't think it does, Brad. I thought that it just dropped out and that you would just get a 0. Maybe I'm wrong, or how do you?
I think you're wrong there. I think that you still get an AE in your flex. It'll be your lowest bench player.
It'll be your lowest bench score.
Your lowest bench score will come into that AE position. It could go into that flex position. So it won't be a running back, no, or a wide receiver. You won't be able to tell who it is. It's just off on your bench. Whatever is your lowest score, that's the one that'll go into that flex position if your flex ain't playing.
Yeah, so what I would do, Paul, is that if you've got a shit defensive unit that gets you a negative, well, that could be your like flex rolling score is a lower score, could be a minus score. I suggest that with a boost and a trade, you fix your fuck ups, mate. Full stop. Get in some of those higher end value players. Trade out these players which are on a bye, which are injured. Just try and get up the boards as high as you can, Paul. That's my advice, is that I wouldn't accept mediocrity this early in the season while you've still got boosts and trades.
Right, been a few live questions coming in. He's gone for the seasons. Drop anchor, gents. Who's that?
He's gone for the season.
I don't know. Who were we talking about before?
Oh, fucking, I don't know.
Let us know,
CD,
Luke, who you were meeting, man.
Henry. Lucas, who's gone, mate?
Yeah, which one? I thought we were up on most of it, but I'm not sure. Another one from Berg. Should or could you stack the bench? Unlike Super, yes, you can stack the bench. That's where we want to get.
Yeah, of course you can stack it.
Yeah, we want to get to the strongest possible team you can, including your bench. That way you can start to pick on matchups towards the end of the season. And when your cash leagues, that's where our cash is really going to come into play in your head-to-head leagues. You want to, you'll be able to pick on, have a look at their team, have a look at your team, put players in and out. If you want to be strong all across the board that you can. Aaron Parsons thinks that he might have been talking to CD. No, CD's
no, he's not gone for the season. He was limited at practice today. Jerry was down there rubbing his ankle.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if that's who we're talking about, it would seem. Yeah, no, he's not gone for the season.
No,
I think he's highly doubtful this week, but he'll be back. All right. So now, next question coming up.
Next one.
Well, we got here Austin Wilson. What's the go with Bowers? Well, we don't really know. We're all a bit up in our but he's carrying 3 injuries. He's carrying a turf toe, a knee injury, and he's got something upstairs too wrong with him as well. I think he's got a fucking shoulder with an AC joint that they keep needling up. So the poor bloke's gone 3 fronts, and then he keeps fronting up every week.
Bit of a fucking legend.
Yeah, but injuries in the NFL, like we said, they can well, we know a lot of them play needled up, but, oh, man, you want to avoid – that's why I say Kittle is a big avoid when Kittle comes back. 6 hamstring injuries in the last 4 years, that's just a red flag for me. That's a big – in the NFL, the chances of it happening again or at some point during a small window of a season they have, man, it can very easily come back and bite you. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Look, he had him in my team. I've had to burn trades, get him in. I've burnt 3 trades in the tight end department so far this season. I'm fucking filthy at myself, but it's just I made that mistake. You've got to correct it. I really wanted him to fire because when Kittle's going good, he was going to be one of their prime options. I could have seen him as like the number 1 toy, maybe possible highest scoring, receiving player on that team. Instead, his hammies have cooked us, but he's given us some hammy helper, so that's how it is, mate. It's been beneficial for the show.
Well, as long as he stops our players getting injured and they all using the Kittle's hammy helper, then we should all be okay.
Next minute, and then because winter's coming up, we'll have a throat loss in range soon.
All right, well, that is about it for all the questions there, mate.
No worries.
Anything else to add today?
No, we've given our dicks out. We've answered the questions. We've pleased the hordes. The mailbox was broken again. The inbox has been flooded so much. I'd just like to thank everyone for watching. If you've got this far so far, good on you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Hit the fucking like. Hit the subscribe. Share it around even to your mums. And look forward to having you back next week, Bretto.
Absolutely. Look, I do like it. It's one of my favourite times of the week, our Thursday night show. Really appreciate everybody. I always say that, but I really do mean it. I appreciate everybody who tunes in, everybody who watches or says anything. We've had a few other groups and websites during the week reach out to us actually and ask if we can provide content on their page, which we willingly are doing so. So we're actually going out to a few extra places this week. So
spread the word. Spread the word.
On board. If you're a Supercoach nut and you decide to give NFL a go, shoot us a question, even if after the show, they all get answered, actually. I do during the week. Either myself or Ted get to everybody's questions because they do get a few. But we will always endeavour to do our best in that respect. All right, that's it.
That's us.
Stay happy, rage trade your ass off.